Happy Halloween week, everybody! Today I'm going to teach you how to make a puppet, a witch puppet, out of a brown paper bag, a red strip of construction paper, a small brown piece of construction paper, a popsicle stick, and drop that for a second, a glue stick. You're gonna need scissors, and I printed out these pictures of a witch t-shirt, and last but not least, a witch hat. You can also grab googly eyes if you want to add googly eyes onto your witch. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to color my witch. So now it's time to glue to make your witch puppet. The first piece you're going to glue is the little lower half of the face, and you're going to glue it right below the flap on your paper bag. Then you're going to take your glue and you're going to put it on the top part of the flap and make sure it lines up with the mouth. You're going to hold it down for a second so it stays in place. So earlier in the video when I got my red piece of construction paper out, it went kind of quickly, so I'm going to show you again what I did there. I just took my scissors and I cut little strips, but I didn't cut all the way to the end to make some hair for my witch. You don't have to make it just like this. You can make it kind of curly. You could even take your scissors and curl to make it kind of like crazy witch hair. And then I can do the same thing to my other side. So when you do that, you're gonna have your thumb, the paper's in the middle, and the scissor is on the outside. And you want to be really careful if you choose to do the curling method. So I'm going to glue the hair on the side. I wanted mine to be kind of crazy, so I think I accomplished that. And then I'm going to take the hat and I'm going to glue the hat, and I'm going to do it over top of the hair a little bit. So I'm going to take my glue, and now I'm pushing onto the hat. So now I have my witch base, and now I just need her to have a body. So I'm gonna line up the shirt right underneath her face. I'm gonna take my glue, I'm gonna glue on the paper bag. You could also put the glue on the shirt, but just make sure if you do that, it might be a little bit harder because there's a lot of areas where you don't need to glue and it might get sticky. Then you're gonna take the witch hands and you'll see a little dotted line. That dotted line is gonna go underneath the sleeve. So put glue on the space between the dotted line, and you're just going to put her hand in the sleeve now. Same thing for the other hand. And for the little brown piece of paper, I did the same thing as I did with the hair. I just cut little strips to make it look like the bottom part of a broom. So I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to glue it right there, the very tip, and I'm going to put that on my popsicle stick. And you could color your popsicle stick if you wanted to. And then I'm just going to put my glue on the back of the popsicle stick, and you're going to have to hold the popsicle stick down for about 30 seconds. Where it's a little bit heavier, it won't stay on well if you don't take that time to hold down the popsicle stick. So whenever you're gluing on the nose, you see the flap there too, and you're actually going to bend that on the flap, and I'm going to make my nose stick out a little bit like that, and I'm going to cut off this little part. I'm going to glue on the flap so I don't get extra glue on there. And you could draw like a little wart on there if you wanted to. I'm going to draw a wart. And what are we missing now? We don't have her eyes on. You could color eyes on like this, or you have the option of gluing some googly eyes on. My glue stick is not being cooperative, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue some googly eyes on there. And then we have our witch. I'm gonna put some eyelashes on her. And now you can use her as a puppet. So now I have my witch puppet, and I can be a ventriloquist. And if you don't know what a ventriloquist is, it's whenever you create a voice for a puppet or a dummy and you make it sound like that it's really them and not you. So you could take a story out that's Halloween and read a story using your witch and saying it in a witch voice. Just like I have Pete the Cat here, Trick or Treat by James Dean, and I might read it like a witch and say, I have my witch here, and she says, "It's Halloween! Pete the Cat is excited to go trick-or-treating in his superhero costume." I hope you enjoyed the craft today, and I hope that you had fun making a witch and you learned how to put that together. We learned what a ventriloquist was. That's somebody that takes an inanimate object, that means something that's not alive, and talks for them and tries to make it sound like it's not them, like it's really the puppet. So I named my puppet, we named her Allegra, and Allegra and I are gonna go practice reading in a witch voice together. See you guys later!